Good evening, welcome to the 8 o'clock English news from the Sultanate Oman Television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate of Oman affirms from Geneva its commitment to international agreements and laws to protect the marine environment and ensure the sustainability of its resources. The Sultanate of Oman achieves remarkable progress in a number of international indicators. And 9 Palestinians are killed in an Israeli airstrike in the Zaytun neighborhood south of Gaza City. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. The Sultanate of Oman confirmed its great interest to protect marine environment and conserve its resources to serve the continuous benefit of the Omani people and to ensure the related rights by issuing regulations and environmental legislations to combat marine pollution and comply with international agreements. This came in a statement by His Excellency Ambassador Idris bin Abdurrahman Al Khanjari, permanent representative of the Sultanate of Oman to the United Nations and international organizations in Geneva during a session related to ocean safety and its direct connection to human rights. The Sultanate of Oman achieved remarkable progress in a number of international indicators. Last year, it advanced 20 places in the Corruption Perceptions Index, ranked 50th globally out of 180 countries. The National Competitiveness Office indicated that the Sultanate of Oman advanced more than 90 places in the Environmental Performances Index, ranking 55th globally, and in the Networked Readiness Index advancing 4 places to rank 50th out of 133 countries. The Sultanate of Oman also improved its score in economic freedom for the year, as well as the global governance indicators, the Rule of Law Index, the Regulatory Quality Index, and the Government Effectiveness Index. The National Competitive Office explained that international indicators contribute to providing a roadmap for decision makers and policy makers to address the issues addressed to the indicators and achieve the positive reputation that interests many investors, businessmen, specialists, and researchers. $7,517,000,000 Omani Riyals was recorded as trade balance surplus value in the Sultanate of Oman until the end of December 2024. More details and figures are available in this report.
The trade balance surplus value of the Sultanate of Oman reached 7,517,000,000 Omani Riyals by the end of December 2024. Data from the National Center for Statistics and Information indicated that the value of commodity exports recorded 24,230,000,000 Omani Riyals, an increase of about 7%. While the total value of commodity imports amounted to 16,713,000,000 Omani Riyals, rising by around 12% on an annual basis. This increase in the value of exports is mainly attributed to the 18% rise in Oman's oil and gas exports, while non-oil commodity exports decreased by more than 16%. Mineral products held the highest value among these exports, as did commodity imports. The Sultanate of Oman's exports in chemical industry products and related industries dropped by over 19%, live animals and their products declined by 11%, and other exports fell by 5%. In regard to the value of re-export operations from the Sultanate of Oman, there was a 15% increase by the end of last year, on an annual basis. The United Arab Emirates led the trade exchange operations for non-oil exports, re-exports, and was also the top exporter to the Sultanate of Oman.
And now for some international news. 9 Palestinians were martyred in an Israeli airstrike in the Zaytun neighborhood south of Gaza City today. Meanwhile, the occupation continues to prevent the entry of humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip. In the occupied West Bank, the occupation forces continued the aggression against cities, towns and camps and carried out more mass arrests. This comes at a time when Israel imposed severe restrictions on the access of Palestinians from the occupied West Bank to the city of Jerusalem to pray at Al-Aqsa Mosque on the second Friday of the holy month of Ramadan. U.S. President Donald Trump said there is a very good chance of ending the war between Russia and Ukraine after constructive discussions with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Trump expressed his hope that Russia would accept the proposal for a 30-day ceasefire in Ukraine. The Kremlin announced that the Russian President Vladimir Putin has sent a letter to his U.S. counterpart regarding Washington's proposal for a ceasefire in Ukraine, which he expressed cautious optimism about the proposal. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff visited Moscow and met with President Putin after Kiev expressed its willingness to accept a 30-day ceasefire. Meanwhile, Ukraine said a Russian missile struck a residential area in the city of Kryvyi, injuring 11 people. The governor of Dnipropetrovsk region in central Ukraine said Russian missile caused significant damage to energy facilities there and Odessa, leading to power outages for consumers and damaging residential buildings. Authorities urged residents to remain in shelters due to the risk of repeated strikes in the region. For its part, Russia said its air defense system destroyed 126 Ukrainian drones in several Russian provinces, in addition to regaining control of the town of Goncharivka in Kursk Oblast during recent military operations. NASA announced that the mission to retrieve two astronauts stranded in space has been successfully launched. The spacecraft launched aboard a rocket from NASA's Kennedy Space Center, where it will take off more than 28 hours to dock with the International Space Station. American astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams had been stranded in space since last June due to technical problems with Starliner spacecraft. More news coming up in our bulletin. The Oman Across Ages Museum marks its second anniversary with unveiling of a new logo, commemorative items, and a prestigious recognition. Back here in the Sultanate, Narak event kicked off at Oman Automobile Association with new interactive ideas and with the participation of creative youth expressing themselves through art and cultural content. The three-day event focuses on supporting cultural awareness and preserving Oman's timeless heritage in order to enable young Omanis to interact with the society. The event offers an interactive experience that reflects innovation in the cultural and creative industries and showcasing local content from more than 30 Omani artists in various creative fields. In a heartwarming celebration of faith and tradition, Ramadan Night 2025 brought students together in a joyful gathering filled with culture, creativity, and community spirit. More in the following report.
Students celebrate faith, joy, and tradition. As the blessed month of Ramadan fills hearts with devotion and togetherness, children across the Sultanate of Oman embrace its beauty, through special activities in their schools. Among these celebrations, MGI's Ramadan Night 2025 stood out as a joyful gathering where students came together to honor the spirit of Ramadan.
Ramadan is a beautiful blessed month. It's the month that Quran was revealed to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So all Muslims read Quran, and for me, I like to read Quran quietly in my room every single day.
Ramadan is a blessed month where we are so lucky to experience this magical evening with exciting activities, delicious food, and wonderful traditions that bring us all together.
We have a variety of exciting activities lined up for our unforgettable night, including circus performances, horse riding, fun games, face paintings, and more.
Dressed in a vibrant traditional Omani attire, children enthusiastically participated in an evening dedicated to faith, culture, and community. They engaged in art workshops, face painting, and explored traditional food stalls, celebrating Oman's rich heritage. Laughter echoed through the air as the aroma of delicious Ramadan delicacies enhanced the enchanting ambience of the night.
Tonight we come together to celebrate the beautiful Omani tradition of Ramadan night, a night filled with joy, culture, and togetherness.
This night is not just about having fun. It's about cherishing our heritage and embracing the spirit of generosity that Ramadan teaches us. Happy Ramadan to all.
We are so excited to invite you all Ramadan night 2025. It is so wonderful here.
More than just a celebration, the event reinforced generosity and togetherness, deepening students' appreciation for their traditions. Ramadan Mubarak. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rabi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
And finally, the Oman Across Ages Museum marked its second anniversary with the unveiling of a new logo, commemorative items, and a prestigious recognition. The event was held under the patronage of His Excellency Nasser bin Hamoud al-Kindi, Secretary General of the Royal Court Affairs and Chairman of the Museum's Board of Trustees. More in the following report.
As a cornerstone of Oman's cultural landscape, the Oman Across Ages Museum has become a vital institution in preserving and showcasing the nation's history. Marking its second anniversary, the museum celebrated its evolving role with a grand event unveiling its new visual identity and logo, cementing its role as a cultural landmark and chronicling the nation's journey through time.
I'm very proud to from the team who designed this logo. The logo inspired from Sultan Barghash sword, also from curve of Al-Hajar Mountains rocks, and from the Saidi turban. This logo, the story of this logo, it's about the past, and present and future, and the circle of this logo symbolizes the continuity of the times where the experience and ideas come together.
Among the highlights of the celebration was the launch of a special postal stamp and a commemorative coin, each designed to reflect Oman's rich legacy. The ceremony also featured the unveiling of the honor board for the Global Prix Versailles for Architecture Award, a testament to the museum's architectural excellence.
I'm so happy today to be with you in the second anniversary of the opening of Oman Across Ages Museum. Actually, I'm happy for two reasons. First of all, how the maintenance is kept in an extremely well shape, as well as the cleaning, as well as how it looks shiny as it used to be since it was opened, and I've been there before its opening even. The second issue is that I'm seeing that the museum is developing into other things, like having temporary exhibitions and having other events that make it shiny, not only as a museum but as well as a cultural hub.
A curated collection of artisanal products inspired by the museum's identity were also introduced, reinforcing the fusion of tradition and craftsmanship, while symbolizing a new chapter in its cultural narrative.
The Oman Across Ages Museum marked its second anniversary with a new identity and prestigious recognitions, reaffirming its role as a bridge between history and progress. Reporting from Oman Across Ages Museum in the Wilaya of Manah, this is Salih Bakhalfan al-Rahbi, الداخلية Governorate.
You're watching the Sound of Oman television. Before going to tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sound of Oman affirms from Geneva its commitment to international agreements and laws to protect the marine environment and ensure the sustainability of its resources. The Sound of Oman achieves remarkable progress in a number of international indicators. And 9 Palestinians are killed in an Israeli airstrike in the Zaytun neighborhood in south of Gaza City. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all my colleagues here, myself, Suhail Al-Kindi, thanks for watching. Good night.